Ladies and gentlemen, Marvel Contest of Champions have just dropped a massive puzzle on their official social media hinting at all of the champions that we are going to be seeing in 2018. So last year we had one which was like an alphabetical list. This is a relationship puzzle in comparison to the lore of Marvel Contest of Champions, and it is incredibly confusing and anybody's guess because they've also added into this puzzle characters, well, not characters that have been in the game for role-playing and story purposes, such as Jessica Jones. They've got Wolverine Weapon X, they have Dark Phoenix, and all of the MODOK characters to the top right-hand corner. So it's a good chance that some of the characters that are question marks might not be playable characters, because I think there are about 30 spaces on here, and there are in the release cycle of the year, I assume there are going to be only 24 playable champions. But it is a fantastic tease, as it gives us an interesting idea who we're going to be seeing next year, and also hints very, very strongly and additionally reinforces some of the, first 10 champions of 2018 that have been data mined, such as, Void, Sentry, Killmonger, Gladiator Hulk. They're all fantastic spaces for them, as well as down the bottom, if the mouse is showing, I think this is like the perfect space here between, Wolverine Weapon X and X-23 for potentially Sabretooth there. I think we got Bishop up by Cyclops, but just going, we're going to go around this map because I think one of the also slightly confusing things in terms of webbing is like, additional copies of characters themselves. So we got the two Captain Americas here, and judging by the fact that they're stemming off, I'm going to assume there might also be a movie version of Captain America, an Infinity War version, so that'd be super, super cool to see. I think this spot here between Black Panther Civil War and OG Black Panther is for Killmonger. I think Avengers we have here, Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket. I think for the movie, the Ant-Man and the Wasp in the summer, I think we're either going to be seeing the Wasp added to the game or an updated version of Ant-Man. So I'm interested to see what webs off there. Not really too sure what could be here. We could get a movie version of Winter Soldier. There's a link between Vision, Hulkbuster, and War Machine here, which kind of leads me to believe that there might be like a Thanos Buster for the Infinity War movie, because there was a very, very stacked Hulkbuster in the trailer to that, so that's pretty interesting here. We have a web off here with Doctor Strange, which doesn't have any other connections in the game, and also Kang's, he's very, very out of the picture here. I'm so confused by a lot of the ordering in this image, and also Doctor Strange is in no way linked to the Dormammu, but I guess this is the lore of the game, but I'm not the most overly savvy person in that regard. So yeah, there's somebody tied in somehow to Doctor Strange over this hand side, and then we have somebody tied into Cable as well, which I don't know, that could potentially be another spot for Bishop, but I think with the Deadpool movie coming in the summer, there's a question mark here with Cable, but simultaneously if you go to the top right hand corner, there's also an additional link off to another Deadpool-based character here, which is interesting to keep in mind. Now, over the right-hand side as well, you might notice that we've got a bit of a Kingpin / Spider-Man villains era, and this bit actually gets me super, super excited that next year we're going to be seeing some more Spider-Man villains added to the game. Hopefully, Kraven the Hunter, Mysterio, like there's additional ones linked up to Carnage. So I don't know, there's a couple of ones that are really around this kind of Venom web here, so I'm not really too sure what kind of alternate versions of maybe Venom characters that we might see. I believe there's an anti-Venom character in the comic books, so maybe we might be seeing that there. Kingpin as well. I feel like this is potentially a good spot for Bullseye if they were going to add him. So yeah, I'm a little bit curious about that one. The Collector, I feel like the Collector's the final bit of 5.4, if you've watched the ending cutscene to that, has teases that I believe it's the Collector's daughter in terms of the in-game lore, that is, or the Collector's assistant or something like that, is actually one of the Infinity Stones. So yeah, I think she might be one of the characters there. Who's linked to those two, I'm not really too sure. I feel like the characters may be around, but between the Collector and the Grandmaster for role-playing reasons are going to be NPCs. these, but simultaneously we have up here, confirmed by Kabam, the introduction of Sentry, and also his link off, which I assume to be Void, so I imagine this means Sentry is going to be the first playable character of January. Kind of that's the very much the vibe I'm getting from looking at that. And then we also have, what is it, She-Hulk, we got Captain Marvel, we got Miss Marvel. Have we got Kamala Khan anywhere on this at all? Just having a look at the... Oh, yeah, she's down here with the Inhumans, actually. So, yeah, I was a little bit curious, because I would imagine she would have, you know, fitted up with these three characters here. But that's interesting to see that we're going to have somewhat a character link to those three. And then there's just an additional box, which isn't linked to anything at all, but is near the Guardians of the Galaxy. I assume this character tied into Thor Ragnarok is going to be Gladiator Hulk, who is speculated to be one of the champions released in February. So that's pretty damn interesting there. And then we have Thanos' army, and we have, what is it? Is it 7 different characters linked? So I believe we have the Black Order, who I would assume are going to be these 5 characters down here. How many of them are going to be playable is up for a little bit of debate, but when it comes to what is it? Some of the sorry, just going back, trying to get this 2018 leaked champions video up so we can have a look at some of the characters that were found. So we had Corvus Glaive and also Proxima Midnight, who were found in the game files by MCOC's Trikos, as I believe hopefully the 2 first members of the Black Order. So it's going to be interesting to see those characters coming through. Also, we do have, you know, we talked about Sabretooth and also Bishop earlier, but there have been a lot of stuff found in the game potentially for Sentinel characters as well, and I don't believe if there's going to be one particular Sentinel that might be a playable character, but I think via all the link-ups we have here, especially going out, you know, branching off even more via Cyclops. I don't really like this web is very confusing here, but I feel like there might be something to do with the Grandmaster now that he's kind of the master of ceremonies. You know, he's making quite a bit of trouble in the Marvel Contest of Champions, branching out some Sentinels. I feel like those are where these characters maybe fit in. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting one. And I'm curious as well, like, who are going to be these 2 characters up here? Because they seem fairly interlinked. Are these going to be the members of the Black Order? Are we going to see all 5 of them? Like, I'm very, very curious, but there is so much information, so much speculation here. And it talks about, you know, the stones. I don't believe there's anything reflecting of the stones and, you know, who has the various stones at the moment with the overall infographic, but it does confirm that in the game's lore there are, well, apparently is 6 stones. Like, there are 5. We got the Genesis Stone, we got the Evolution Stone, we got the War Stone, the Nightmare Stone, the Chaos Stone, and the triple question mark stone, which I assume somewhat relates to the daughter of the Collector. But overall, I just find this such an incredibly fantastic tease for the year ahead. I think there's so much exciting stuff coming this year in Marvel Contest of Champions, and yeah, I'm very, very excited. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be holding, I guess, well, it's a little bit of a competition where there is no reward apart from the glory of your peers in the Marvel Contest of Champions community to piece together this puzzle that Marvel Contest of Champions have laid out with some predictions. Again, there's a good 30 characters. There are so many options for what they could be. I think we got some very, very good hints from the MCOC Trikos data mined information as to what a good, you know, 10 or so of these characters are going to be, but that leaves like 20 characters which are just so up in the air for what they're going to be. Actually, it's only 9 because what is it? Sentry is already on this infographic here. So yeah, that's the challenge that I'm posing out to you, ladies and gentlemen. Try and map together, and I'm really interested to see this get updated as we continue through the year. But in the comments below, write down who you believe are the 30 characters predicted for this year, and maybe toward the end, I think it'd be a fun thing to do, like this time, you know, toward the end of 2018, to go back and look at the comments of this video and see if anybody absolutely nailed it and got every single character prediction spot on. And I must say, like, I love this way. I absolutely love this way of teasing new characters. I feel like it's so fun. It really gets the community involved, having a bit of a discussion, a lot of speculation, especially as new teasers for the movies and stuff are released. I feel like You know, it just really brings the hype for where the Contest of Champions is going in 2018. So just want to give a great moves to Kabam for that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your predictions in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video today, feel free to smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.